It's hugely important. I'm working in the city that I live. It's an urban environment because of the textile heritage of the area. There's so much evidence of the textile history of the place, from looking down the canal just down the road and seeing this line of mill chimneys. My dye bed that I keep at my allotment has a real variety of plants in it that do produce something that I can use with my textiles. I grow a range of plants that are connected to colour production but also fibre production, and I grow some what would be classed as very traditional dye plants, things like woad, things like indigo, madder, weld. So these are ancient dyes. They're all quite exciting in different ways. I do think there's a bit of a wow factor with any plant that can do multiple things that are medicinal, things that are culinary, is to kind of understand just how much there is to the things that grow around us and how many uses that we would historically have had for them and how many uses we can have for them today. I'm very fond of madder, Rubia tinctoria, which is a red dye. Like quite a lot of dye plants, it looks insignificant as a garden plant. It's got a kind of sprawling habit. The colour is actually all in the roots, and it's a very slow process to actually achieve colour from those roots. You have to really leave the plant in the ground for a good sort of 2 years to get a good strong red from it. It's such a vibrant red. It produces this colour that I feel is really alive. I'm not trying to use traditional processes in the traditional way, but I am very interested in where things come from. And also, these skills are really great tools for engagement. Just the use of colour as a subject. Dyer's chamomile, it is a variety of chamomile. It's a particularly strong colour. It's all yellow, the whole flower head, whereas most chamomile plants would have like white petals. It is something that I grow specifically for dyeing, and it has a very strong characteristic fragrance. It makes a very beautiful sunny yellow, and so many dye plants produce yellows, and I do particularly like that one. It's a good yellow. I prepare my fabrics or my threads before I dye with them. This process is called mordanting. The word mordant means to bite, and what the mordant does is it creates a bridge between the fibre and the colour, and it means that they kind of bond together. I also use found metal, basically things like rusty nails, stuff that I dig up at my allotment. I make an iron-rich liquid which I use to darken the colours in my dye baths. So the traditional word for that would be to sadden your dyes. It just means it just knocks it back a few shades. I'm particularly interested in the edges of things. Rather than dye whole pieces of cloth, I'm just kind of starting off by letting the dye absorb up through the fibres of the cloth and letting it do it in its own time. I stick to natural fibres, so most of the things I'm currently working with are wool based. It's a big nod to the textile heritage of Bradford as a wool city, which was known as Worcesterdopolis in the 19th century. I hand stitch, that is what I do. I really like the process. It's a very reflective process for me. It is actually something that I can do alongside people as well. It is a portable way of working. I can kind of have my hand stitching out on the kitchen table and be present in family life at the same time. I don't have to kind of have loads of equipment. It's a simple way of working. I like simple stitches and I like the repetitive nature of that. And I kind of feel that because my threads and my fibres are all coming from the same sort of colour place, it's embedding that place in the work really. Making the connections between the place and the way that I work has been strengthened since I lived here. Understanding the heritage of this area and provenance of the materials has been really important to me.